Is this working? It's working. And we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to attempt number 2 of me trying to make my computer not crash. Shift to there. Perfect. Now you guys can properly see me. Hi, guys. All right, let's go ahead and change this to 35 back. And we are back. So I'm still dealing with PC issues. I just spent the last 3 hours trying to fix the PC. I'm having memory management BSODs as well as driver BSODs. So I just had to reset the system settings, and I just had to do an entire process trying to check to see if the RAM is fine, and then had to do a bunch of other stuff. I still have no idea if I have fixed the issue. I'm hoping that me fixing the network settings, which is what it was screaming at for the driver issue, I'm hoping that fixed it, because that was a system driver that was causing the issues. I'm hoping that fixed the network issue that caused the crash beforehand, and hopefully it also fixes everything else. I highly doubt it, but one can hope. I also am looking at seeing if there's an issue with my wavelength I was going to use for the interface for all of the monitors. However, I decided not to do that and just have them just plug directly into the GPU, which just makes more sense. But anyways, let's do what we want to do to begin with. There are a lot of new flags that I added. I also had a bunch of other stuff, but you know what? I surrender. Today we're going to be representing the French space program. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. Difficulty options. We're not changing anything. Starting frames 25,000. Starting sign 0. Signs word, everything set. Now, that is the only thing that I can come up with. The French space program. Here we go. It is Moon Week, so the goal for today is to just land on the moon. First things first. Do that one, and we can only get 2. Okay. First things first. To those of you that have never played this game, first of all, I just want to say welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Where have you been? This is my favorite game, period. I literally have an issue, and it's that I can't stop playing this forsaken game. Now, all those. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, the reason why I'm going to be explaining everything as I go along, but to put it bluntly, I want to get as much science as possible in the ground before I launch, period. The plan is simple. Jeb will go around, starting from here, and we'll get as much science as possible. Now, I've already checked to see if this game will crash the PC. It won't. It did initially, but recently it hasn't. Alright. Well, shit. I forgot to change the settings. I have to remove KSP Enhanced. I forgot to remove it. Damn. That sound is just horrendous to my ears. Oh, yeah, this is the worst sound I've ever heard in Kerbal Space Program. Just that over and over again. If I can bass boost that, it would be the most annoying sound in Kerbal Space Program. Don't give the audio mod ideas. Stupid thing. Now we go EVA. EVA report. Board. Crew report. I'm a dunce. Now we go EVA again, just to take the data board. So, let me just open up this real quick. So, Kerbal Space Program has a weird thing where you can take all of the science and then bring it back into the capsule, including the crew reports. So if you crew report, EVA, take the data, and then store the data, you can do another crew report. Same thing for everything else. The only issue is some of the stuff needs to get reset. Also, they fixed the whole thing of, yeah, I can just start spamming. If you just spam the fuck out of the science in just one specific area, like you go to Kerbal Space Center and just spam crew report, crew report, crew report, crew report, you can only do it once. When science mode initially came out, and yes, I remember when it came out, I am that old, I'm a boomer, you could do that. And it was very much so neglected. I wasn't actually playing the game at the time. I started playing this game when it was 1.0. It was really fun. Now we should should be able to get a new crew report. Nope. We should be able to get a new crew report from here, if I'm not mistaken. No, we can't. This is not a building. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Shut up, stupid clock. Now, no. Also, the no-click thing I really want to fix. Now that I have quality of life improvements between all the past issues that I've had with this game, now that I've fixed so much of this game, I really want to start working on like small stuff. I might even look at Blue Dog Design Bureau. I'm not going to, because I've already done Tundra. Tundra was fun. Landing stuff is fun. I've also tried landing stuff in Ferrum Aerospace. That is very much so fun, especially the part where actually cover the vessel. Especially the part where I can essentially, oh fuck, my ADHD brain already forgot what the hell I was even talking about. But hey, cool, new stuff. Engineering 101. And my goal is to get this, basic science. So we're going to do that again, only this time over the other areas. Take two. And I'm just going to spam over those areas. I might actually just restart the game and fix the issue of everything being allowed on KSP Extended. That is a reinforced bunker. Oh my god, which one is it? There, that one. Observe mystery goo, EVA, take data, EVA report. And now they see me rolling, they hate it. I must not sing properly, otherwise I'll get copyright striked. Gonna get copyright striked, gonna get copyright striked, gonna get copyright striked. There we go. New area. Oh, yeah, it is. Stop. There. Observe mystery goo. EVA. Take data. No one cares. Oh, and I also bought something for flying. Help me out a bit. I had a bit of extra income. Jeb is showing off. Can Jeb not do that? I just want to go to the VAB. That's all I want to do. Reverse into this and go. Perfect. No, back up. And I have to reverse the roll. Motherfucker. And boom. All right. Now, we just lose one of them. Motherfuckers. I'm able to do stuff with the VAB. VA report. Which one did we lose? That's the real question. Crew report. Which one is this? The launch pad. We lost the one. Observe mystery go. I have to get back onto the crawler wagon. Now you turn and go. And please work. I'm gonna have to. Come on, get up there. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see. God damn it. Keep it under 6. 6. Turn. Booyah. Alright, this should be enough. Got it. Alright, recover. This should be enough for the second upgrade, not the third. I might be able to get the first rocketry upgrade. Survivability. Yeah, I'm not able to get that just yet. Close though. And that. Alright. And now we begin the process of actually going to space. Goal is for the first launch. To just hit the upper atmosphere. Now, let's get the other stuff. Parachute. No, I'm not going to spam the crap out of the area. I don't need to do that a second time. Do I have... Yes, I do. I'm going to put that. Let's change that. And... four fins. On that side. Actually, that side. Now, I don't have action groups yet. Motherfucker. I know what I need to call this. Oh, but my brain is mush after today. Purposes. And go. And so begins our journey. Temp, log pressure data, and I keep getting notifications from the National Weather Service because of the outbreak happening in Wisconsin. I didn't check to see if Oshkosh is getting hit yet. Alright. Actually, let me check to see if Oshkosh is getting hit right now. Is Oshkosh safe? So far they haven't gotten hit, but there are a bunch of supercells heading straight, and there is one making a beeline for them that is going to hit them in 4 hours. That one just got... What do you mean that has a tornado on the ground? It's so weak. Well, everyone in Oshkosh is dead. Anyways, kill ascent guidance. I don't need you. We don't need it right now. The name of the game is very simple. We just need to go up. Oh my god, it's so much better. Oh. Was it 20? That is not bad. And now we get to do Kerbal Academy, everyone. Because I'm going to be teaching some cool little tricks that everyone should know if you for some reason want to play this game. I don't recommend it. It is literal crack. Anyone that plays this game will get an addiction. Parachute out. I'm going to do this twice. So I want to show something. That time we got to 16,000. We're about to have a little physics lesson in a few seconds once I land properly. And also, I don't... No, I'm not getting hit. Okay. That just landed. And... slow down, and hit and recover. So see how fast I was going during that? I was going pretty fast, but not really. I could go faster if I really wanted to. So, let's go faster. I'm going to make it so then the grains are smaller. Go to 8 slots. Starts at 100, it progresses to 124, progresses to 80. This is 76, progresses to 113, and then continues to neutral. Consider the default heavy standard thrust and burn time. This is an average thrust of 120. Burn time drops to 24. This is 36. This is 59. We're going to go for the 36-second burn. So I want to show something. On Kerbin and on Earth, you have what's known as gravity drag. Which is where you're fighting gravity. In order for me to go up, I have to put force down. I have to fight gravity. I have to bring out my inner wickedness and try and fight gravity. And in order to fight gravity, I need to exert more than 9.81 meters per second in that direction. Now, how high I go depends on how high I'm able to exert more than 9.81 meters The higher it is than 9.81 meters per second, the better. That is what's known as thrust to weight ratio. The higher the thrust to weight ratio, the more efficient your engine is. Initially. For launches, it's better to have a higher thrust to weight ratio. Unless you're dealing with a bunch of air resistance, but that's another thing. The optimal in Kerbal Space Program is between 1.2 and 1.8. Anything higher than 1.8 and you risk everything going haywire and your vehicle does a bunch of spins and you're fucked. Too low and you're now inefficient with your engines. So physics. I was able to get higher because I had more gravity drag. Not gravity drag, I had a higher thrust to weight ratio. Yes, it is better to have a lower thrust to weight ratio at certain times. But most of the time, it's just better to have a higher thrust to weight ratio. No, it didn't. Alright, we're going to deploy shoot at 5,000. That no clipping is pissing me off so badly. And so is this. I wanted to have it where I could show the entirety of the screen, because I have a 34-inch monitor. I was planning on using all 34 inches of the monitor for this live stream. However, I can't do that. And I'm depressed that I can't, because Streamlabs and OBS won't let me. I've tried it on Streamlabs, I tried it on OBS. It just looks terrible. I mean, I found a way to do it on OBS, but this would get cut off, and that would get cut off, and it looked horrible. So, I had to limit myself to 1080. I could bring it up to 2K whenever I want. And splash it. And recover. So, in short, you go faster, you go higher. You go slower, you don't go as high, however you won't be doing a bunch of flips. But there is a sweet spot. That was enough. Then we get No, we don't need that. Grab that. And grab that. All right. But we don't need that right now. Because the goal now is to just escape the atmosphere. And the craft that we're going to use to do that is another variant of that vehicle. So, heat shield on. In fact, Science Junior. This is the Holy Grail, right there. I mean, I can put this on, but I'm not going to. And now, we do this. The sweet spot that I'm looking for is 1,000. I can get to orbit without a shadow of a doubt by doing this. I can get to orbit with just this. Add a little more. I could get to orbit with just this. However, we would start flipping, so I need to add fins to the first stage as well as the second stage. I also need to check my staging. 1. Bang. 2. Bang. 3. Bang. This could get to orbit. No way around it. For humiliation purposes. Now, we're going to remove the second stage. There, and remove this. We only need that. And now, we're ready to go. In fact, let's change that to slotted. Save. Windows. Save. Launch. Okay. And we still haven't crashed. I'm probably just jinxed it. Here we go. Get out of here with that. Where we're going, we don't need a guidance. Alright, set it to 70. Wait! I just realized something. Contracts. Mission control. Active. Those went away. Escape the atmosphere. Alright, we have 166, 259 that we can work with. And we're sending it to that. Because one-upping Germany only costs 7,500. Is the obvious thing to do. Now. Alright, now I can hear myself. Where we're going, we don't need the... No, it's already gone. Couple. Uh-oh. I'll remove some Delta V. And there. Go. Don't want to go too far. Set it to 65. Should get us to 70. In fact, more than that. Now we can start doing this. And boom. Using just 2 stages, we've already escaped the atmosphere. And now we wait. I'm not waiting. All right, space. Log pressure data. Log temp. Conduct material study. Observe. Crew report. And I can't do anything about it. All right. Now we reorient for re-entry. I was looking for Smart ASS, but it's not there. All right, it's gonna get a little hot. Here we go. This is a ballistic reentry. There is no way for me to change how this goes. This is going to come in hot with a lot of G's. There's two different types of reentry profiles. You have ballistic and you have aerodynamic. Normally, you want to go in with an aerodynamic reentry, which is where you're able to control it. This is ballistic. I have no control over this. I wasn't able to get to the threshold. Here's the sonic boom. No. I'm trying to give it a little lift. I'm most likely doing it incorrectly. Turning off SAS. See if I can. By the way, you can do that. We tried. But hey, at least we got the science. Next thing that we need to do. You don't need any of that. Does this give me fairings? No. What about this? This is what I need. That will allow me to use the engineers. So I'm about to do something really dumb. Move all that. Itches. So dumb. Hell yeah. Now with just one, 2,000. Drops that much in Delta V. So I might need to get a couple more, but who cares? The big thing is this. Add you. And add you. Alright. We lost 150 meters per for a second at Delta V, but I don't care. We should, in theory, be able to get to space. Last time it was horrible, and I was able to get to 88. I should not say that number anymore. I apologize deeply. That. And then the higher we go, the less that we have to worry about gravity drag. So I'm going to wait until we hit around 20,000. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I am a dunce. And I know I am a dunce because I did two things that are really dumb. Oh my god. I was supposed to add Bob. Oh my god. Oh, no. We're gonna use Jeb. I completely forgot to do something. First and foremost, 28,772. Don't save. I have to take a look at the Astronaut Center. 128, 75. Perfect. Now I can EVA. Yeah. Mark 16. Actually, I can do that. And I'm not going to. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to orbit. And hope to God that I'm not a moron. So, the target for orbit is 3,400. I'm going to try and target for 36. Pretty efficient stuff. So, start there. Place the pug there. And then place another flea engine there, but this flea is going to have slotted green 6 tube. And boom. Now I just need to check my staging. That's correct. I might need to raise the... he's not able to get to orbit. I know what needs to be done. Second stage is more power, baby. To quote the great discount Elon Musk, Joe Barnard, this is a moonshot. No, this is not a moon. This is a space shot. And I'm going to use it to go to space. It has 2 Q-class motors. I can't even tell you what the classification of this motor is. 28, 24, 31. Still not enough. One. Okay. Change that to this tank. Jumps it up to 3473. You know what? It brings up to 38. In theory, this should work. In theory. And my computer still hasn't crashed. This is beautiful. I think the BSOD was being caused by firmware on, by the driver on the Windows, on the Windows side. All right. Ascent guidance. Smart ASS is back. You only need to go to 75 kilometers. 3, 2, 1. Goes that stage. Better get away and go. The entire idea of the Minotaur does not work really well in KSP. I've tried it so many times I was never able to get it. For some reason, if you try and do a stage with solids where you decouple and light the engine at the exact same time, you tumble. I wish I could get it to work, but where are we at? Nah. Yep. That's exactly what I thought. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to change the flight profile. See this ascent path? Why is it at 40? Change it to 66. And engage. Take two. Let's see what this does. Let it separate and go. Beautiful stage. Alright, now this is stage 2. So gas to the upper atmosphere. In theory. Change this one to normal grade. Now we wait until it hits 20,000. Then we press stage again. And go. This is doing a lot better than last attempt. Last attempt, it was too low in the atmosphere. $32. $35. $37. This might be it. Study. This is going to cut it close. Right here is 2,200, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, it's 2,300. My bad. Make sure that we still have a bit left. That is orbit. The second one was right. It is 2,300. Disengage. Oh. Good rotation. Point prograde. All right. That's a lot better. If I get there before it jumps below, we will. We barely made it. My God. Six, 8. Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have made it to space, and now we do the circularization burn. We warp to app. Point pro. 7, 8, 9, 50, 60, 70. And that is orbit. All right. Part 1 is done. Now we go to this spot over here. Point retro. And burn until we get below 30. Not 30, 25. All right. Oh, yep, have to collect, restore, conduct, collect, EVA, store. Now I wait until that goes below 70,000. And also because I went EVA in space, I get a little bit of money and science from that. 77, 706, 705, 703, any second now. 701, EVA. And now we point radial up. We decouple. Point surface minus, roll. Give me 15 degrees of pitch. In fact, 180, negative 15. Now that won't be in the crosshair. All right, now we get to try and do this. let's see. Will it get high enough? Will I be able to get low enough? That's the real question. That's why I did such a low trajectory. I could go to 30,000 or 25,000. I want to go for 20 so then I could try and pull this off. All right. Still between the two. Still good on speed. Altitude is still missing. All right, we're getting plasma. Maybe I should have done a higher trajectory. Yeah, we might burn off too much speed. Six, come on. 5, 4, 3, come on. 2, 1. Oh, yeah. It needed to be a higher. We needed to skip. We lost too much speed too quickly. Need to do a higher profile. That is Artemis, everyone. So you saw how when I was going through the atmosphere, I was essentially at a little bit of a tilt right there. That is what's known as aerodynamic reentry. I'm able to control where I'm going just by controlling which direction the vehicle is pointing, because I still get a bit of aerodynamic lift with the vehicle, and I can use that to pick where I'm going. It's just that it's not as good as a lifting body at doing that. Now, the other thing, the lower the profile is, the faster, the more you'll lose speed. If you have a higher profile, the more of a chance you'll skip off the atmosphere when you're in aerodynamic reentry, which is what Artemis 1 did. Artemis 1, you skipped off the atmosphere, went back into space for a couple of minutes, and then went back in, which is what caused the issue. Artemis 2 did what I did, which is a much more shallow profile, not shallow, much deeper profile, hit the atmosphere a lot harder, and requires a lot more heating, puts a lot more stress onto the heat shield, as well as the crew, but they can deal with it. It's what we did for Apollo, the much more steeper angle. Artemis was the first time that they tried shallow. And the funny thing is, had they tried skipping during Apollo, it would have spalled the same way that Artemis 1 did, which is insane to think about. Now, what next? I could get 2. Aviation I could go for, but I have no reason for it. Unless... aerodynamics. Does this have it? Construction, I think, has it. Yeah. Advanced Construction has the fairings. So we're going to get this and this. Now, we do a flyby of the Mun. Ugh. Now, we get serious. We delete all that. Switch to liquid. What are you? 345 versus 330. That's more efficient. Going to deep space, efficiency is key. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade the VAV. Go for a swivel. Can't yet. Damn. I can't. No. Stop it. It's 128. Gonna go over. Look at that gap. Gonna have to upgrade the VAV. Damn. I was hoping not to. I was gonna try and just... not the VAV, the launch pad. Upgrade. Can't upgrade that right now. The good news is... There is no good news. The bad news is my eyes are getting annoyed, but I don't care. Now. It's not bad. I know exactly what caused it too. Now we go. Not going for 4. That's extreme overkill. 176, 178. I mean, I could add another one. Yeah, 145. Beautiful. I shall call it Le Coq. Wait, that is actually really funny. Beauty. All right. Subject staging. Some money. Do we have solar yet? No. No, we don't. Being stopped by money. And I know I am.
Oh,
There's a simple solution to this. I need to try and go for propulsion systems. So what I'm going to do is this. What do we have that's active? Deploy them on, and we get 30,000 for that. $23. How much is it? No. Not worth it just yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into high orbit. So I can just go ahead and remove these. Remove a bunch of those. inside a vehicle readily attached probe core. Really? Okay. And what does this do? It's 27 parts. Oh dear God, that is a difference and a half. Save, launch. This could get to orbit easily. But it's more expensive than just using SRBs. Only issue is, yeah, SRBs are just that much better. Not much better. They're less efficient. Bring up ascent guidance. Engage. Bring this to 50. And maybe still have some weird spikes over here, but it still leads better than Blackhawk. Probability is down. The tornado outlook is not great. Good news is wildfire smoke is gone. The bad news is wildfire smoke is gone. So, yeah. It's not going to be a fun day tomorrow in the New York tri-state area, that's for sure. All right. Oh no, you can shut up now. Warp tapestry. 6, 7, 8, 9. Warp tapestry. First things first. No, yeah. Bring up Smart ASS, Point Retro, and around 30. Now 25. Drop to 23. Conduct material study. Observe mystery goo. Log pressure data. Log temp. And crew report. EVA. Take. What? Take. Collect. I need to restore it. Collect. I'm hoping that's enough. 15, 12, 18, 37. It should be. Alright. Turn around. Grab. Board. And point that way. Okay. Decouple. Point this way. It'll be a little bit hotter than last time. That way I can watch the speed and everything. Here we go. Stay above 1730. Before we hit that. So far, so good. Just hitting 23. It's a lot more shallow. Alright, we are within the boundary. We're getting close to the speed. No, we're not getting close to the speed. We're getting close to the speed. Minimum speed. We just need to hope to God that we don't hit, and we don't start skipping. Just about, just yet. No, we're not gonna get it. I tried. No, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I'm forcing it. Alright. And we're going into storm clouds. Beautiful. POV, you're me tomorrow. It's still pissing me off. Still no sign of the B-sod. Yep, got it. I'm able to do what I wanted to do. Beautiful. And research. Fantastic. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm not gonna need le coq. Need all of that. You. I am gonna need this one. That'll give me 2,356 meters per second of delta V. Adapter. One, two. How many this. Place it like so. Best friend. What was it? Place you right there. On the side. Good news is I can just do this. Is it becoming clear what I'm trying to pull off? And remove all the blocks. Oh my god. This'll work. You don't need that. Fact. That's enough. Fact. Add it to that. That is right. I have just recreated the Atlas rocket. citizen. Save. No. Switch to Bob. Save. Launch. Now the good news is I have used this vehicle before. So I know how to fly it. Plan is it's fine. Turn on smart ASS. Bring up ascent guidance. Engage and Good enough. Now we have that much delta V to work with. Oh, yeah. Turned off auto stage. Auto stage, auto warp. You need to keep an eye on electric charge. Side. Wait until it gets to this spot here. Okay, that was a small mistake. That might actually help us, dear God. Yeah, that might actually... No. And where is it? The moment we see it on the horizon, we start burning. There it is. This doesn't work in real life, sadly. Only works in Kerbal Space Program. You see the moon on the horizon, you start burning. And if you do it correctly, you will have a straight shot to the moon. I know I overdid it. Looks like around 2,000. That is quite the margin of error. I'm gonna see if I can cheat the system again when I get to the sphere of influence of the month. There is another objective. That is actually, this is more than enough to land on the moon. I just realized this is more than enough. If I can get the orbit contract to get into the sphere of influence, then I might be able to land on the moon. If I can get the landing gear. I mean, I don't need... Yes, I do. I have an engine. I have a scientist. Now... get a retrograde orbit. 25. Perfect. Warp to SOI. Come on. Electric charge is perfect. Thank God. I can fix that when we get into the encounter. Alright, radio out. Raise it to 13. All right, I am now in... God damn, I need to return. All right. Do the signs now. That's annoying, though. I have to return first. Alright, observe. Point this way. Bob goes EVA, and it starts spinning for no reason. It doesn't start spinning. What? Alright. Let's see if it changes when we exit the sphere. What? What? Not questioning it. Take two, because I accidentally pressed the wrong one. Coming up. On. First up. Up. Point that way. -15. Execute. And aerodynamic entry. And I hope to God I'm able to complete this. I don't think so, though. might. The altitude. Run test. Fuck yes. Looks like we're gonna skip. Nope, no we're not. We were low enough where we didn't need to skip. Alright, kill the pitch. Now we just cruise. Do we bleed enough velocity? Or we just start dropping? Six, 5, 2, 1, 0. Here's the shoot. All right. Recovery complete. Whew! Alright. Another 195. We've jumped up to 571. Beautiful. Do we have landing legs already? I just want to know. Do we have landing legs already? If so, then we're using them. Yes, we do. Okay, so what I'm going to do phase antenna. It's an orbital maneuvering engine. That's the torch. I don't need any of that. Where that in? $2.5. There's the jumbo, and there's that fuel tank. Of course it's there. That's not an issue. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is first and foremost Grab solar panels. I don't need that. I don't need that. Definitely don't need that. What I am going to need to do is finally upgrade that. Where's the sunshine? Good enough. So, the vehicle that we were using before. Yeah, that's what I thought, Mr. Clock. Vehicle that I used before, I'm going to use it again. Only this time, we're adding 4 micro landing struts. This vehicle is more than capable of landing on the moon already. I didn't even realize that I made it more than capable. So let's go to here. Upgrade that. Now I'm able to get 7. Sign data from the Mun. You know what? We don't need to do that one. You are more than ready to land on the moon already. Jeff, get out of here. Bob. Bolt. I find it really funny that my third vehicle is able to land on the moon already. Let me do the math real quick. Yeah. And all boosters. Yep. Thank you, America. Little masses. Next time, help us in the revolution. Alright. Pro. I don't know why we're warping. And now we do an orbit. Right there. Right about now. And we're on our way. How does battery look? Perfect. It's slightly under what it was before. what's going on. To there. We should still have more than enough. Let me just check. $580, $310, $800, $1,600. And it's gotta get close. We're going to be cutting it very close. Oh, like this. Mark the next maneuver. Point that node. 57-second burn time. So that should be at 30 seconds. Damn. I'm not going to be able to land on the Mun. I flubbed that. Hold on, doing the math. So, drop it a bit lower. And I still don't have maneuver planner. Of course I don't. Warp to there. I'm fairly certain I don't have enough. Oh, yeah, I don't have enough. How much do I need to land? 600. At minimum. Yeah, I'm asking. That's not going to be enough. Okay. Well, at least I know what I need to do next. Dock to all the science. Collect that. Collect that. Collect that. EVA. And board. Now we point that way. Pretty sure. Not too much. God damn it. I was this close. No. The issue is I need... Yeah, I would not have been able to make it. That's depressing. Good enough. Now warp there. And now... we wait until we hit 100. Disconnect. Point this way. 18. Negative 15. And do it again. Holy hell. That's starting to drop off in temp. to do that. There's no reason to. It's water. Okay. $9,000, $8,000, $7,000, $6,000, $5,000. Turn that off. Alright, we have one mission. By the end of the night, we land on the moon in career mode. We got close, but we need more Delta V. I only know one way to get that Delta V. I need to add a third stage. It's going to be a small stage, though. And still nothing in terms of the B-sods. Love to see it. $330. Nope, can't do that. Good at tracking. Nope, nothing.
Oh,
All right, so last time we didn't land because we didn't have enough Delta V. This time, what we're going to do is this. First and foremost, delete that. There is. Please tell me there is a plate. There isn't. Fuck. That complicates things. I'm hoping that the
oh,
not you. You. Advanced construction, please, 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 please. That is exactly what I needed. Come on. I'm gonna drop that down to only 4 tanks. First and foremost. I want to use all fuel. What is this? changing. 1.56. And how much of needle I have on that state? Enough. Just for good measure. Got that. Perfect. Moment of truth. Hoping to God it works. My headset just reset itself. Love this. Gotta love it. Turn it back on. I don't think it's getting any. No, it's connected all right. I need to disconnect it. God damn it! Disconnect. All right, there we go. Headset is working. Sync guidance. Drop that to 100. That'd be way more efficient. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, we're doing better anyway. All right. Where's the Mun? Over there? Okay. Warp to Apogee. Bring out the ASS. Warp Pro. I just want to... give it a little nudge. Perfect. Oh no. This might be nah, it's almost perfect. Had I launched sooner, it would have worked. Any second now. There it is. Now this engine is more than enough to get us to the Mun. I only need like 900. Maybe I should stop with that. I could get copyright strike as well. Getting close. And stop. 2, 1. Perfect. Now, do I want to be extra? Yes, I do. So what I'm going to do, I was going to crash the stage into the Mun, but instead I'm going to use the stage to get into an orbit around the Mun, to have a little bit of margin. Now, I'd still like to point out, I'm not supposed to land on the moon just yet. I am supposed to do some docking procedures twice, and then land on the Mun. But no, we're being extra today. 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. As close to it as possible. 12, 8. Alright. On the retro. And prepare to slow down. landed. that was close. Got nervous for a second there because I was heading in too quickly. But you landed on the mun. And UVA report. Onto that. Lock temp. Lock pressure. Conduct materials. Observe. Collect. Collect. Take. Collect. And now I need to find a Munstone. And we're on the Mun. Plant flag. I can't get surface samples. I'm not doing this properly. Where are we? I can't tell. Midlands. Plant flag. Mun. Midlet. Stop it. Classic. I think that's a Munstone. Now, I would love to download Parallax, but Parallax does not like me for some strange reason. I wish it did, but you know. Every single time I load it, it keeps crashing my KSP. Not my game. Not the game. It crashes the game, not my PC. Is it Mun Sandstone or is it just Munstone? Pick up Munstone. shut up trajectory. 67. 41. 21. Okay. Got a node. And point that way. Start at 15 seconds. Drop to 15. If it was close by, I would have been able to land with around 400 meters per second in each direction. You'll see what I mean. I would have had. I'd have had 820 meters per second to mess with. But I'm not doing that. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Now we... set that to normal. Where's the... everything's over there. Alright. Final re-entry of the day. I'm probably going to do more stuff on this world. Because I really enjoy career mode ever since I started doing it. But the more mods you add, the more stuff there is that you want to explore. And the best way to do that is just by starting from one piece at a time, seeing what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? Instead of just going all in on everything. Just makes more sense. Now, I would want to download Blue Dog, but no, I'm not downloading Tundra either. I am going to uninstall KSP Enhanced for now. I love KSP Enhanced. I did get Fuel Tanks Plus. I do believe it's Fuel Tanks Plus. The good news is, this computer can handle it. In fact, this computer could probably handle Real Solar System. I'm never going to play Real Solar System because God no. But I mean, I can. But why would I? I have a life. Wait, I have a life? Yeah, 5. Final splashdown of the day. And touchdown. And recover. Still no new drop frames. Oh, this is a massive improvement. Without a shadow of a doubt. Massive improvement. And that's level 2. Everything's level 2 by now. The exception of the administration building. And the spaceplane hangar, which I'm not doing right now. Alright, so that's basically it. Let's see if going to camera crashes everything. It doesn't. Wow. Turn that off. So, and this is the last thing I'm going to be talking about today. Last thing. The Weeaboo Awards. I was going to make it in February. I was going to delay it to February. But I decided not to. And the reason why is this year is stacked. So it's happening in November. More specifically, mid-November. And the big thing is, the announcement for the awards is for the date of the awards is going to be in September. I have a lot planned. A lot of new stuff, a lot of funny bits. But the biggest thing is this year I'm going to be putting in a lot of new details, a lot more details about this idea. What I want to do is make it so then people can submit advertisements to whatever, whether it be for your own channel and you could just plug your own channel, or make a random ad for a product, whether it be a real product or a fake product. I couldn't give a shit. So that's the idea that I'm working with. More details are coming up soon. If you want to apply to that, video will be coming out. But in the meantime, I'm going to get ready for Thursday because there's another Starship launch attempt on Thursday after the abort on last Thursday. I'm probably going to be in the Kerbal Space Program Discord. I'm also probably going to be live streaming on the Kerbal Space Program Discord as well. In the meantime, I'm back, and probably this time, I am here to stay. So until then, I need to find the correct stuff. I can't find the playlist anymore. It's been that long. Till then, I'm Hangtime Central. Take care. I can't do this one-handed.